I hope I'm in the center, not just horizontally, but also vertically. I hope I haven't cut my head or anything. I'm confident I haven't. I'm confident I haven't. So, how are y'all? How are y'all doing? You know that meme for, hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, hey, how y'all doing?
That's what I'm feeling like right now. But I hope you guys have been good. It's been a very, 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 very long time since I uploaded on anything on here. My name is Melissa Joe. For those who may not know me, I am Kenyan. Currently at the University of Nairobi, about to finish my degree in design. I specialize in illustration. We have 5 areas of specialization, um, namely graphic design, illustration, fashion and textiles design, product design, and interior design. So I specialize in illustration design. I think I have more details on my course in the video linked in the iCard above. So if you want more info on what the design course at the University of Nairobi entails, you can have a look at that video. But I wanted to come on here and talk about my experience just having an internship, because I think I hinted in a previous vlog that going into my long holiday last year, I was very nervous because it was expected of a lot of classmates of mine to get attachments somewhere and gain work experience. But I was so nervous, and I remember I talked to one of the pastors in training at my church about it. Like, just randomly, I did not go into her office or anything. It was just, I was walking towards town, she was also walking towards town, so conversation. But I happened to mention how I was feeling really nervous about entering the workspace, because I'm the type of person who is used to, like, doing well in every single thing that I do. So entering this new space, knowing that I have to make mistakes in the beginning as I continue to as I continue to climb the corporate ladder, that didn't sit well with me. And so I think it's also just this thing of perfectionism. It's something I've learned to kind of live with, um because my friend, perfectionism used to keep me very stagnant back in the day, and I caught it and I was like, no, we are not letting this do this to us. It was so bad that I don't think I used to like any of my art pieces in the past, because they all seemed incomplete to me. And so I do an art piece for so long in the name of, it needs to look complete, it needs to look perfect. And I realized that was preventing me from being productive to the extent that I could be productive in. So when I caught that, I was like, hey, Melissa, we need to intentionally start like releasing artwork when it's incomplete. You get? So I kind of just went through this whole journey of, it's okay if I don't finish an art piece. If it looks complete, it looks complete. Even if in my head it's not perfect, it's not complete, nobody else is gonna know. They're still gonna appreciate it because you're skilled, Melissa, you're talented. So it's been something I've always had, but I've just learned to ignore it, kind of, or to just move past it. But I think now going into the workspace, I was very nervous about not being perfect, because it's guaranteed you're not going to start working for the first time in your life and do everything perfectly. You're going to make mistakes. Your boss is not going to be happy with you all of the time. You will get yelled at, probably might get fired. Hopefully not, but it's a possibility. Um, but but I, in the midst of all of those fears and all of those worries, I still knew it was an essential part of life that I needed to go through. So I still went on and sent in applications, but I didn't really get any over the long holiday. But when we opened in October, I had done, I think, an interview in September, and turns out I had gotten it. So before I get ahead of myself, yeah, let me just take you back to how I found this opportunity and, the procedure of applying. So I'm in this group. I'm in a lot of creative groups, not gonna lie, on WhatsApp. So there's this specific one called Creative Nestlings, and the owner of the group, founder, the founder of the group, um, sends opportunities for creatives across the African continent. So he'll send like something happening in Zimbabwe, he'll send something happening in South Africa, something happening in Kenya, something happening in Angola, all over. So, but most of the opportunities that he sends, because I think he's from South Africa, if not, he's definitely from one of the countries in Southern Africa. So he tends to send a lot of opportunities for creatives in South Africa. And actually, majority of the people in that group are South African. So I happened to stumble upon one, having been in this group for a year. Like, I feel like patience, guys. Patience is something so crucial. It's something that we need to practice as a generation, as Gen Z. I think we like to see, we like instant gratification. We're very much into instant gratification, getting things quickly. Get. And so even after my classmates started asking me, "Hey Melis, how did you get this opportunity?" And I'm sending them the link to the group, it's still a thing of like they want these opportunities immediately, forgetting that I've been in this group for a year, just observing, looking at the opportunities being sent before I saw one that actually suited me. And I had this conversation with another classmate of mine over the long holiday again, because she was working for this international firm, and she was telling me she had been in their WhatsApp group chat for like a year before she saw an opportunity that was right for her. So patience, patience, patience. You see people doing well, but you have to understand there's a backstory. There's a lot of time and effort and practice that has gone into something that right now seems so easy. Um, yeah, but anyway, so I'd been in this group for a year. He sends this opportunity of an animation slash illustration, 2D animation slash illustration internship. Um, and I was like, okay, the country wasn't specified, but it looked like it was South Africa. Whether it was remote or hybrid or on site was not specified, you know, but it looked like it was remote. So I was just like, you know what? I specialize in illustration. I've just created my first 2D animation. Um, of course, through Panya roots, not the the industry standard way. But I think this suits me. This opportunity actually suits me. It was for young women. It's an internship. It's not an actual job. Um, so it's good for somebody who's just getting into the industry. It is a combination of illustration, which is what I'm doing, and 2D animation, which is what I want to venture into. So I was like, this is perfect. So they were like, send in a CV and a show reel. I had no idea what a show reel was, friends. I had no idea what a show reel was. So mi niliona reel nikasema ama ni reel ya IG. So I went to Instagram and I made a reel with different art pieces of mine. And then I uploaded it, and then I copied the link because I don't think I was able to save it at the time. I don't know why it was refusing to save. Oh, it was saving, but because I was using music from the Instagram app, it was saving without music. So I had to upload it, copy the link, paste it onto one of these websites where you can convert Instagram links and then download the content. So I did that and then downloaded the reel with the song and everything. So I sent that in. And I genuinely think the last image in that reel, having gone through the internship now, is definitely what made me get it. It's a drawing I did for my last pinup, where there's a lady in like a lake feeding a swan or something. So yeah, I did the painting on Photoshop, but it's so different from my usual style. But I thought, let me just include it. You never know. It's good to show you can do different styles, not just your usual style. So I'm saying I'm sure that is what got me that job, because the animated ebook we were to create was surrounded by a body of water, basically. Like, that was the setting for the story. So I guess they saw that image and they were like, huh, she can illustrate for us. So yeah, made the show reel. Now I understand what a show reel is. um Sent in my CV. It was to send either, like there was or send in a CV or reel. I sent both because I'm like, none of them works on their own. Like, you have to see both of them, because the CV, okay, talks about my experience, what I've done, but if you're not seeing my actual work, what's the point? Because my work is what might convince you. You get? I could send the reel, you see my work, but you don't see like who I am professionally, because I'm not sent in the CV. So I sent both of them in. Then I got an email like a month later or something, telling me that, congratulations, you've proceeded, blah blah, we're gonna have a virtual meeting, nini nini. So in that virtual meeting is when I discovered that this is actually a South African thing. I said, huh? I mean, I knew it wasn't Kenyan, and I think I googled the company, but there wasn't much info on it. But I think I concluded that it's something from somewhere in Southern Africa. So I was like, okay, automatically I am disqualified because I'm Kenyan. They might need me to come to the office. There's no way I'm coming to South Africa unless they're paying for a flight and accommodation. But either way, I'm about to open school. So if it's on-site or hybrid, I genuinely cannot take this internship. Yeah, so the first meeting with like all the ladies, I think we were like 20 and they wanted 14. So they were like, yeah, this is just letting you know what the internship is about, what the company is about, nini nini, we can interact, you can ask your questions, and then from there we'll get back to you guys, letting you know who has been shortlisted to actually begin the internship. Meeting went well. Sema kujitetea. I said I must speak in this meeting, so nilijitetea nikasema mimi lazima nipate kazi. I didn't tell them that, but I basically I sold myself basically, to them. And so yeah, they said they were gonna reach out to each of us individually, but they didn't. But the next email I got was like, hey, congratulations, you made it to the final 14. As time went on, we eventually became nine ladies. So the bulk was heavy. It was a 10-week internship, paid, hallelujah, glory be to the Lord, na nalipwa in rands. Yeah. Mkiona nikinunua vitu za nyumba, msishangae hiyo pesa inatoka wapi, si ya mzazi, ni salary. Yeah, but that was such a blessing, because remember in my last vlog I was talking about how I was feeling like, guy, I'm not doing anything in my life, I'm not progressing, nini, I'm seeing people progressing, me, I'm just here. the Lord had such a beautiful thing in store. It was just a matter of time. So the internship went well. My first roles were to design characters for the animated ebook that we were to produce at the end of the 10 weeks. I liked the storyline. It was borderline giving ancestral worship. Borderline. But I kind of got those vibes. But it's something, because I watched reality shows from South Africa, mainly Real Housewives of Durban, Real Housewives of Cape Town, Real Housewives of Johannesburg. So I know that's a common thing in South Africa. Like, it's not just Christianity, Islam, whatnot, your mainstream religions. There's a lot of ancestral worship, and yeah, pretty much. So the storyline was kind of to some extent like that, but it wasn't something that really bothered me, like spiritually or anything. So I was like, okay, we can do this. um so yeah, my first task was to create a few characters for the storyline. um my favorite thing about that was they really encouraged us to put a part of our African into the things we were creating. So the main characters accessories, except for her bracelet, specifically the necklace, was inspired by the the Maasai traditional necklace. So I really love that they liked the idea and they went with it, because that's something that is a forever thing. Like, the main character will always have a Maasai necklace on her neck, in as much as, yes, she was made primarily by South Africans. Yeah, so I really liked that. And then after we were done with character design, I started being given tasks to color animations. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was hectic. The first one took me like 3 days, and it's like 15 seconds long. That was such a hassle. All this to say, there were things that I really enjoyed creating and weren't too difficult. And then there were others that were just like, my gosh, I'm doing this for the first time. There's pressure to meet the deadline, but I'm still learning how to do this. And then me just not communicating well, kind kind of, mess things up a little bit with the person who was supervising us. But by God's grace, man, we pulled through. We came up with a beautiful animated ebook at the end of the 10 weeks, and it was lovely. I like that it was specifically in South Africa, because I do have goals there. Will not share here, but I do have some goals there. A little bit wary of their xenophobic tendencies, but if it's God's will for me to be there, then I'll be okay. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to come on here and share that as like encouragement for anyone who might be getting into the workspace and is feeling a little bit nervous. I'd say just do it, make the mistakes, learn from them, proceed. Because after that internship, I'm feeling a lot more confident in terms of now getting an actual job after I graduate. My phone, my phone didn't die. I ran out of space to film the video. But just to wrap up, I was talking about how it's given me more confidence when it comes to entering the workspace, and because I've experienced what it looks like to work in such a place. So In as much as I was very scared, very nervous, I had fears going in, um, actually going in and doing it in the midst of the fears helped me overcome those fears and feel more prepared for the next step in my journey. So I'd say just be patient. You know, in as much as Gen Z, we are big fans of getting things quickly and we want to see things happening. At the right time, the Lord makes things happen. So just trust in Him. Um, Trust in His timing. Trust in the fact that He is always working things together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. So that is all I had to say. Be blessed, guys. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things, and I will see you in my next one.